NBA jerseys. Some are good, some are bad, and some are in between. I'm going to be ranking the home, away, and alternate jersey for every NBA team. I'd like to start off with a category I made myself called Simple and Clean. Now, the teams in this category would be the Lakers, the Celtics, the Bulls, the Blazers, basically more or less an NBA team that has kept the same design for its jersey for its entire history. Granted, they're a little bit more modernized compared to old jerseys, but it's pretty much the exact same design. There's no reason to fix what's not broken, and these teams took that idea and ran with it. So I can respect that. They're simple and clean, and there's nothing really wrong with them. There's a reason they've kept them for so long. Let's get some bad ones out of the way. The Timberwolves. Oh my gosh, these jerseys are so bland. That's the problem with a lot of NBA jerseys on this list. They're not bad, they're just bland. They're so painfully generic and unoriginal. And the Timberwolves are the epitome of that. They are a Microsoft Word looking jersey that I would never ever want to wear. If I got one for free, maybe I'd wear it, but I would never spend money on these jerseys. They're so boring. I don't know who came up with these. The ones before that weren't very good, but at least they're original in some way. So this has to go with the Timberwolves. Out of all three of their types of jerseys, the alternate one is probably the best, but that's still so boring. They have a template of just a line over the jersey and they just change the color. So bland. The Utah Jazz. This team's jersey has been flamed by everyone. It is the most basic a jersey could possibly be. It is like a 2K template almost. It just has the name of the team, the name of the city or state, an alternate jersey where they change the color to black. It is the most basic jersey I could ever imagine. At least with the Timberwolves one, they had like a line in the design. Granted, it wasn't good or like appealing at all, but at least it was something. These jerseys are just boring and bad. So that definitely is the worst NBA jersey on this list. Actually, never mind. The Wizards have to be the worst. Now, they are not as boring or as bland as the Jazz jerseys. They are somehow boring, but like creatively bad. Specifically their red jerseys, where they have the blue font with the white outline. That hurts my eyes. I can't even read the players' names from a distance, and that's the point of a jersey, so you can see the players' names and their numbers. There's so much going on and nothing going on at the exact same time. I don't know how they did it. It is the worst jersey in the NBA. Sorry, people who live in Washington, D.C. Not sorry. Okay, just to cool myself down, let's get to some good ones. The Miami Heat. Now, at first you'd be, are these really that good? They're the same basic template like you mentioned before. This could be nostalgia talking, but these are pretty much the exact same jerseys that LeBron wore in the LeBron Heat era. They're pretty clean. I like the text. I like how the A looks like the Avengers logo. It's unique in its own way. The colors are really good. I personally like them. This could just be bias in some way, but I think they're pretty good. I was gonna lose it talking about that Wizards jersey. Okay, let's get to some mid ones. How about the Atlanta Hawks? Once again, it's like the Hawks franchise itself, painfully mid. Not bad, just mid. I mean, I guess the Hawks are pretty bad right now, but these jerseys are just kind of boring and bland. Hot take, I actually kind of like the little feather design they used to have. I wish they kept that. It made their jerseys unique. And it has feathers like a hawk. Cool theming. And it wasn't too in your face about it. So I wish they kept that. Jerseys as is, mid, not horrible. Doesn't hurt my eyes to look at. Whatever. I'm going to put the Rockets and the Raptors in the same category. Same thing as before. Not bad looking. They have appealing colors. They don't have horrible, weird, minimalist designs. They're just mid. They don't have that much going on. They're fine. They're okay. I would just never wear them. But I wouldn't flame someone for wearing them. I've talked about good and I've talked about mid. Let's get back to the bad. The Brooklyn Nets jerseys might be the worst jerseys in the NBA. And I don't say that lightly. At least with the Wizards jerseys, they were colors. The Nets jerseys, their theme is they have no theme. They have no colors. Black and white. Now, black and white can look really cool together sometimes. But you know how I said that the Timberwolves jerseys were Microsoft Word? This is the Word document. This is where you're typing your essay. But it's a jersey. White jersey, black text. Black jersey, white text. So you have the dark version of it, like you're using a dark filter for your Word document. This just reeks of expansion team. Granted, the Nets are the most recent expansion team. They used to be in New Jersey, and they had better designs, and they changed them to be generic. A rebrand that made them infinitely worse. Those are the Nets. Horrible. They used to have some good alternates, though. Their alternates and City Edition jerseys were actually kind of clean. Those are really good. Their basic jerseys, awful. Horrible. Okay, next up. I'm going to put the Clippers in the pretty bad category. Their home and away jerseys are just as boring as the garbage category. The thing that puts them in the pretty bad category is the statement jersey. I actually really like that jersey. I actually own that jersey. But their other two jerseys are just so bland and bad that I can't put it that much higher. It'd be very hypocritical because I liked one out of the three jerseys for me to put it higher above the garbage tier. So their alternate jersey saves them from being in the garbage tier, but this is also a team that is in desperate need of a rebrand. Editor's note, this video was created before the Clippers rebrand. If I were to make the video today, I put the Clippers in the great tier. I honestly really love this rebrand. I think it's one of the best rebrands that have ever been done, in my opinion, because the jerseys that came before it were just so bland and boring. So I think this is a great improvement. I would put it in the great category. So just ignore where I have it right now. Okay, back to the video. Okay, next up we got the Cavaliers, which recently got a rebrand. I'm gonna put this in the mid category. This is also bias. I really like their alternate jersey. I feel like that is stronger than the Clippers one. It's pretty much the sleeve jersey that the Cavaliers wore in the 2016 NBA Finals, but made into jersey form. People seem to like those jerseys and be nostalgic for it, and this is the exact same concept, but in a normal jersey. It's clean, it's simple, I like it. It's a little bit of a throwback. Their other jerseys are pretty bland, like their home and away ones. Those are bland. They have good colors, so they're in the mid category, and the alternate jersey really saves it. So I don't think it's the same as the Clippers, because their home and away ones aren't as bland as the Clippers, in my opinion. I like the colors better. That's just me. Wow, we're going to have a lot of mid ones. Next up, New Orleans Pelicans. I've never been a fan of these jerseys. This is just a personal one. I've never been a fan of the Pelicans jerseys. Can't really explain why. Just never really liked them that much. I like the players on the team. I haven't really felt the drive to buy a jersey because I'm just not really a fan of their style. The dark blue and the gold, it's fine. It reminds me of New Orleans. It has a unique text, I guess. It's whatever. It's not in the garbage category because it's not painfully bland or awful. It has a little unique design elements to it that aren't trying to be minimalistic, so I can respect that. Just not really my type. That's a personal one. Next up, we got the Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic, you know, the theme song. This, I would put this in the peak category. The Magic have some pretty good jerseys. Point being, the pinstripes. I am saying this now. Any team on this list that has pinstripes, you are getting the thumbs up from me. They've basically kept the same basic concepts for their jerseys and modernized it. The reason I didn't put in the simple and clean category is because it's not exactly the same as their old jerseys. It's just more of a reimagining of it, which I still think is pretty good. I would happily own any of these jerseys. The pinstripes just save it. It's so good. Pinstripes, those are good. I guess the Raptors also have pinstripes, but they're a little bit more subtle. I don't know. They could be better, I guess. The Magic jerseys, good, thumbs up. Pretty good overall for their franchise, for their jersey designs. So next up for mid, got the Pistons. It's just a normal team. It's just a normal type of jersey where it has the team name, the city name, you know, basic stuff. Doesn't really do anything wrong. It just has decent colors. It doesn't do anything horrible either. It's fine. I realize a lot of these teams are going to be in the mid category, but that's because most NBA home and away jerseys are pretty mid. This is a personal one. I like the Thunder jerseys. I think they're cool. I really like the orange OKC jersey. I really like their home and away ones, the baby blue and the white ones. they've pretty much kept the exact same designs as the Westbrook era, but the reason I didn't put them in the simple and clean category is because they changed it a little bit. The white one used to say Thunder, but now it says Oklahoma City, and the blue one that used to say Oklahoma City now says Thunder. They switched it around. It's almost the same, but I didn't want to put it there. They're just good. I like the stripes on the side. They're pretty appealing colors. So that's just a personal one. Also, their alternate jersey is really strong. The Indiana Pacers. Mid. Sorry, Pacers. I like the all yellow jersey. That's probably their strongest jersey in my opinion. The other two, they're just mid overall. Whatever. Like the Sixers. This is also my opinion, but I think the Sixers are peak. I don't think they have any bad jerseys for their home, away, and alternate. Their city edition jerseys suck, but I'm not talking about that today. I'm talking about their normal jerseys, and I think they're really, really good. I love the drop shadow they have on the text and the numbers, and they even amplified that this year. I love the stars on the side. The colors just pop and contrast with each other so well. This jersey does everything right. So they are in peak, and I really love these jerseys. Next up, Denver Nuggets. They're in mid. Maybe I'd put them to good because I like the blue and gold home jersey. I think that one's pretty solid. The other two, they're fine. The Mile High City, actually, I'm going to put the Nuggets in good. Now, this is a personal preference again. I like their statement jersey that says Mile High City. It's pretty unique. It does something a little different. Instead of it just being a black jersey, it has different colors. I like the navy blue and gold one. That's pretty good. And the white one it's fine. So overall, I'd say it's good. I wouldn't say it's mid. It might be the best of the mid or the worst of the good. It's in a weird spot, but it's pretty all right. The Charlotte Hornets. I might have to go peak. Like I said, pinstripes. Pinstripes can do so much for your jersey. You have no idea. This is a personal opinion, but a lot of people love pinstripes. It's kind of like the simple and clean category, but not exactly. They modernized it and changed it around a little bit. I wouldn't exactly put it there, but their colors are really, really unique compared to the rest of the league. And the white pinstripes really contrast with the blue jerseys, and the other way around, the blue contrasting with the white jerseys. These jerseys are just so great. Next up, Dallas Mavericks. Mid or pretty bad? They're mid. They're the lowest of the mid, or maybe they're the best of the pretty bad. I don't know where I'd put them. I guess they're not that bad. They're just pretty generic. They have some kind of good colors. This might be one of the blandest alternate jerseys though. That doesn't really do it for me. The one that just says Mavs. It's pretty bland. It's probably more bland than their home and away jersey, that might be a first for any NBA team in my opinion. So yeah, those are just whatever. Sacramento Kings. These guys are in the S tier. If this was last year, I'd put them in the mid tier. But since they redesigned their jerseys, they are peak. They are fantastic. All they had to change was the Kings logo that just says Kings. It is beautiful. Another thing that I could not stress enough, cursive can really make your jersey look way better than it is. And this jersey executes that perfectly. I love this jersey. I wanted to buy it day one. Now the alternate jersey that's purple and black, it's fine. It's not bad. I don't know if I would buy it, but their other jerseys just do it for me. Something about that white with the black and purple just so good. So delicious. I don't know why I said that. Kings, so good. The Memphis Grizzlies, mid. They're I would say pretty bad. They're not very good. It's the same thing as the Pelicans. This could just be a personal thing. I don't really like it. I don't really vibe with it. Sorry, not sorry. I never really liked those jerseys that much. They're a fun team to watch, but could use some better jerseys. Next up, the Spurs. Those might have to go in the pretty bad category again. I never liked these jerseys. Some people like them. They are closer to the Brooklyn Nets jerseys than people may think. For the Brooklyn Nets, the Spurs definitely had the most boring jerseys in the entire league. And they've kept them. They've kept pretty much the same style. I guess I could put them in the simple and clean category, but I don't think they're clean. I mean, they're simple. It's something so boring about gray, black, and white. It's so uncreative. I guess having the little spur as the U was probably the most creative thing on the jersey, and that's pretty basic by itself, so that's a big L. Next up, we got the Golden State Warriors. I'm going to put them in mid. I was going to put them in pretty bad as a joke because I just don't like the Golden State Warriors as a team. But you know what, screw it, I'm putting it in the bad category. Nobody's even watching right now.
Editor's note, I don't know what I was thinking when I said this. I was greatly exaggerating my thoughts, but I completely forgot the Warriors alternate jersey, and I actually really like that jersey, so I forgot to take that into account. So honestly, the Warriors would probably be in the good category if I were to redo this. Don't know what I was thinking. Okay, back to video.
They're fine. I like the logo. The colors are good. Their alternates are usually pretty good. If we were ranking their city jerseys, this would be an S tier. They've had some of the best city jerseys. They've had the best city jerseys for the past 8 years. They are so clean. If I liked this team in any capacity, I would own one right now. That shows how good those jerseys are. But we're not talking about this jersey. We're talking about the main ones, and they're mid. Sorry to say. And then there were two, the Bucks and the Suns. Ironically, the 2021 NBA Finals. I didn't even plan it that way, but it worked out. As much as I hate to say it, the Suns are peak. Now again, this is similar to the Kings, where if you asked me this last year, I'd be like, the Suns would be in a good category. They're not. They weren't mid. They're fine. But this year, the redesign is so good. Them bringing back this basketball sun on the jersey has to be one of the best redesigns in NBA history. Everybody loved that old Charles Barkley style jerseys that they brought back for the throwback jerseys last year. And for them to make it a permanent thing, a modern redesign of it, is just incredible. I love it. And their alternate jerseys too, the one that says El Valle, that one's pretty cool too. I don't know if that's the statement one or the alternate one. I'm confused. I know there's the PHX one. That one's pretty good too. It's not bad. It's pretty good. Not as great as the other two, but they just have some really solid jerseys. The Milwaukee Bucks. Now, some of you may know I am a Milwaukee Bucks fan. That being said, my bias will not sway my ranking on this. These jerseys are pretty bad. I had to say it. These jerseys are not good. I really do not like their away and home jerseys. Their green ones are fine. Their alternate ones are really good. So I'd put that in the top of the category. Their alternate ones, the black one that just says Bucks on it with the antlers on the side, those are their strongest permanent jerseys in a long time. Those are really good. It's just that the white jersey has to be the blandest, one of the blandest white jerseys in the NBA. It is as bland as a saltine cracker. It's just so dull. The cream on the white with the green in it, cream on white just doesn't work. It doesn't look good. I don't know what they weren't thinking anything, because it's just so bland. The little squares on the side are so confusing too. What are they doing there? Why are we putting the color palette on the side of the jersey? And it doesn't even match each other. You have the blue on the top, you have a white between, you have a green. They weren't even trying. They just threw colors there and said, that's good. Let's move on. So boring, so bad, and it pains me to say it, as the Bucks are my absolute favorite team in the NBA. They're that bad. There is an unbelievable amount of mid, but there's also an almost equal amount of peak. The peak category, I'd say, is pretty set in stone. I'd be very surprised if someone came up to me and said, I don't like these jerseys. These suck. Simple and clean. They're the exact same jerseys we've been getting for decades. There's nothing to complain about. That's it. That's a pretty good way to end my rankings tiers. There's nothing to complain about. They're just jerseys at the end of the day. If I'm spending my time complaining about jerseys, I must have a pretty good life. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I'd love to hear from you guys too. What was your favorite jersey? What was your least favorite jersey? Let me know down in the comments below. This is Lincoln, also known as Vnox, signing out.